let's talk about how rubbish it is to have just one drink, how unsatisfying it is. I know it's not something you think about very often, right? In fact, if you're anything like I was, then you probably spent quite a lot of time wishing you could have just one drink. Or maybe you believe that if you could just somehow stop at one, then everything would be okay. I used to spend a lot of time thinking about having just one drink. Like that was it, just one, very harmless and innocent. I thought I was just going to satisfy my craving and stop there. It was very normal and it would definitely work out okay this time, right? Well, wrong. Because here's the thing, we want to believe that one drink is going to kill the craving and satisfy us so we can stop thinking about it and end that mental battle. And perhaps it does do that for a brief moment before you actually drink it. So I'm thinking of that time when you have ordered a drink in a bar but it hasn't arrived yet. Or you've walked through your front door and decided, yep, I'm definitely going to drink tonight. So you haven't ingested any alcohol at this point, but you've ended that toing and froing, that mental battle over it. However, as soon as you actually drink the drink, you immediately open up the door to the next craving, right away. And why does that happen? Well, it's simple really. If you've been obsessing over having just one drink, if you've been ruminating on that thought, going back and forth over it, then you have worked alcohol up a bit. You put it up on a pedestal and you've romanticized it. So even when you have that special one drink, all of those sexy thoughts aren't going to magically vanish. They're still going to be there. Only now you've taken this drug that eats your willpower and affects your thinking. And after a while, you're also going to start going through a form of withdrawal from the drug. So you'll have a physical craving for more as well. So can you see how when you have just one drink, you aren't killing your craving for alcohol, you're fueling it instead. You aren't extinguishing the flames, you're practically pouring lighter fuel all over it. Right away, your thoughts move on to whether you'll have another drink, what you should drink next, and when, and where, and how much, and am I going to get enough? Has anyone noticed? Oh, why don't other people just drink as fast as I do? That was my internal dialogue. But this isn't the only problem. I mean, let's just put everything I just said to one side for a moment, for a brief moment, because there's something else going on here that I want you to consider as well. Because when your focus is all on just one drink, like how can I make that happen? How can I cut down? How can I stop at one? Well, what happens is that your day and your life starts to totally revolve around the liquid in your glass. No liquid should ever be that important. That glass of wine just cannot be the highlight of your day. Life has to be about more than that. And you cannot have your happiness, your peace, and your kind of experience of the world be determined by whether or not you can have a glass of wine. I just want to say that, like, life's got to be bigger than that. But when you ruminate over having just one drink or not, when you go back and forth over it and think about it and battle with yourself, you are accidentally creating a life that revolves around the contents of a glass, the liquid inside it. And when you do that, you are never going to be truly satisfied. You will never get your fill. It will never feel enough. Do you hear what I'm saying? And like I just said, like, no liquid should ever be that important anyway. I mean, personally, one of the things I really love about alcohol-free living now is that I don't actually care what's in my glass these days. Sure, if I go out and there's a nice alcohol-free drink on the menu that I like the taste of or I want to try, I will probably have it. But I might also just have water, because after all, it's just a drink. I'm going to be more focused on the people I'm with, the conversation, the atmosphere, the food, the reason we're meeting up, the connection. That's the stuff that actually matters. So, let me know if this hits home with you today, or if you have any questions. I hope it's given you some stuff to think about here. And yeah, I hope you have a great week as well, regardless of what liquid you choose to put in your wine glass this week.